So as area long agreed that we shall have a review on word processing as we handled this online, and maybe some of you were not here, and there are some others who didn't pick what exactly I was saying because of maybe poor internet and other factors. So I consider recording this class possibly for the review purposes. So straight away I shall just take you through the notes, and I shall take you through the notes, and that is all about word processing as we just looked at in the previous lecture that we had online. And definitely as you hear word processing is how different characters can just be processed or converted from being just raw facts or data into information. So straight away we shall look at what exactly Microsoft Word is, because that is where we shall be basing our knowledge at. So if I just can just give a simple highlight, I just can tell you anything that you see with this other file extension, something.docs, that is a Word document file. So meaning if you just meet a file somewhere that is having a docx, that is a Word document file. So when it comes to word processing, we have different other word processing softwares, not necessarily Microsoft Word. Microsoft Word is just one of them that was developed by Microsoft, but we also have others. For example, we have Notepad, we have Apache Open Office, we have WordPerfect, among others. So proceeding, we just look at different features that you can do with Microsoft Word. That is, we have text editing and formatting. We also have templates. And when it comes to text editing, it's just all about changing fonts, being able to change font sizes, colors, styles, among others. So then when it comes to templates, when you come to Microsoft Word, there are what we call templates, and these are pre-designed documents of which you can just pre-use, or you can just have a reference art in regard to how you're going to design yours. Then collaboration is how you can be able to share a certain document over the internet, of course, with other people, and you can just be able to work on it in real time together, not necessarily you alone concentrating on it. So that those are some of the features that we can just find in Microsoft Word, and we shall be able to look at all those. So we also have inserting media. That is also one of the features in Microsoft Word. And when it comes to inserting media, you find you just have images, we have tables, charts, and other multimedia elements, for example, videos. And these things you just need to add them maybe in your Word document file. And also Microsoft Word can help you do this alongside other word processors that can also do this, but of course not all. Then we also have spelling and grammar check. That is also, for example, when it comes to Notepad, you cannot be able to do this. But Microsoft Word, you can just be able to check for spelling and grammar errors. So this is, in this, when you just make a mistake, you realize when you are, for example, in Microsoft Word, and you just try to type something and possibly you have gone. Quite often, Microsoft Word tries to underline some things that it has not understood or it has detected as a mistake. So that is what we call the spelling and grammar check errors. So we also have what we call exporting and file sharing. So when it comes to exporting, imagine yourself, you just want to probably convert your Word document file into an image, into a PDF. All those ones you can just do them with Microsoft Word. And now when it comes to sharing, this is actually what empowers collaboration. You can share via email or cloud storage. And actually for advanced word processors, for example, for advanced Microsoft Word versions, for example, Office 2016, Office 2020, 2021, all those ones, they actually give you a dialect button here. So if I just come here and I possibly click, I can be able to click, and for them by default they just take me to save to cloud, so implying that I have to first save it to cloud, and this cloud that they are meaning is just Microsoft OneDrive. Microsoft OneDrive is like how we have these other drives, for example Google Drive, of which some of you have in your phones. So Microsoft OneDrive is also one of the storage cloud storage facilities that is offered by Microsoft company, and this can empower you in regard to sharing your document and collaboration, as we had earlier communicated or shared about. So we have the general layout of Microsoft Microsoft Office, and specifically Microsoft Word. So if we just look at this, we have the title bar, and the title bar is where you will find your document name. For example, the file name, if you had decided to save your file as maybe your name.docs, then it means that you will have to see your name, then Microsoft Word in the top bar. Like for example, right here, I just have document 1, then Word. Others, they just can show you document 1, then hyphen, Microsoft Word. So this is what we are seeing here. Then we have what we call rulers. We have vertical rulers and horizontal rulers. So definitely, if you just see even mine, you shall just be able to see that we have different rulers, and this just enable you to make sure you are able to see where exactly your work is stopping from. So these ones can be adjusted depending on how you want to depending on where you want your text to start from. Actually, that feature will just specifically call it indenting. So we also have what we call the cursor. Of course, you understand in a computer, if you just see right now what I'm just shaking on the screen, this is a cursor. But when it comes to Microsoft Word specifically, if you just were trying to type, this that is just blinking is what we are referring to as a cursor, and actually for it just specifically just notifies you that that is where you're going to be typing from, and the cursor you can just move it anywhere you just want, depending on how you want to format your document. And more and more as we just can look at this other image or the layout that is displayed, of which you have in your notes that you downloaded on the e-learning portal. So great. When it comes to creating a new document, for example, you have been able to open a new document, of which you can just come here, right, down on your computer, and you just type something. And it, definitely when you just type Word, they will just give you the specific version of Word that you have. And now if you just open, sometimes they just open for you some previously made Word document. But definitely, if it happens like that, for you to create a new document, for example, me, I have just this file open, but I want to create a new document. Definitely, I have to come to File, and when I come to File, they will just display for me the File menu, and on here, this is where I can just be able to click on New, and they will bring me a blank document, and they also bring me a list of pre-made templates that I was talking about. So these are different templates that you can be able to use. So for example, if you just wanted to design a calendar, you will find it there. If you just wanted to design maybe a resume, a CV, maybe something like a brochure in Microsoft Word, it is hectic, but for them, they just give you a pre-made, something that you can just be able to customize and edit to fit your own desires. So actually these templates, it could be some nice start if at all you just want to come up with something. So make sure you just give it a check and see what they can just give you, or they can just do for you. So for now, I'm just going to create a blank document, and so this is where I can just be able to type my stuff. If I just, for example, want to type word processing, this is what I've just typed there. So I can just be able to, if I just come to increase its font. So if you just want to change the font type, for example, of this, you just come to Home and you will see the font section of which is here. So if you just want the font type, here it is. For example, I just want a font type called Bookman or the style because I know it. If you don't know it, you just come on this other small arrow, you just click it, and you will select in the list of font types that they have displayed to you. So I can also be able to increase my font size. I just come back to home. I will just see a figure next to font type right here. Font type, then font size. So I'm praying that I can just be able to increase my font type maybe to 45, maybe 72. But assuming I want to put to 60. 60 is not in this. So I just delete this and I will have to write 60 and press enter. So possible I just can also bold. I can also put italics. So this is italicize. This is where some of you remember when you were just trying to learn about maybe the calligraphy in art, those who happen to study that. So you find you have just slanting letters. So that is what we call italicizing in ICT or in computer applications. So we also have what we call underline and many more. So we have subscript, superscript, we have strike through. So you can see what you can just try to get time and go to the lab and maybe practice what all these ones can do on a certain word or in a certain statement. Okay, so that is how we can just create a Word document in brief. So saving a document, for example, it is advisable actually for you to, if you just create something, if you just have make a change on a certain Word document, make sure you just always remember to save before anything happens and you start, you definitely lose your work. So to save, for example, this Word document, I have to come to File, then Save As. In the File menu, I will just be able to search for something like Save As. So I will just click on that. I'll be able to come to Browse. Then on the browse, they will bring me a window or a wizard, anything that you can call it. Then you just select where exactly in the location where you're going to save your document. And possible for me, I'm going to select desktop. And here I have also some section of file name. And then here I can just give it a name as recorded lecture. And I will have to save. You see in the save as type, here we have different types that we can just save in, but for us, for now, we are just going to take the default one, Word document, and I just say save, as simple as that, and my document will be saved. Possible for yours, it might be a little bit quicker because mine is actually updating even in the online server because I do backup my data on the OneDrive, Microsoft OneDrive, as I had earlier explained about it. All right, here we go. So that is how you can just save you can be able to save your document. So deleting a document. So officially, if you are in a certain Word document, you have opened your document, and possibly you are just you want to delete some document, you can just write, just come to File, and if you just come to Open, you will see a multiple documents that you can just be able to open and delete. For example, if I just want to delete this other file, I will just come to it and right click, and they will bring me delete this file. So if I just click delete this file, definitely they will have to remove it from my computer. But possibly I don't see, if at all, you have to delete if you have any reason to do so. Great. So we have the file menu, of which I have already discussed about. I'm not going to repeat that. Then you have the quick access toolbar. The quick access toolbar is what you can just see on the top, and you can just be able to edit it depending on what you want to see or what you want to do or the features that you commonly use. For example, mine has the auto save button. It has the save, we have the undo, we have the redo, because those are the most ones that I can quickly go for. And possibly if I just want, I can add others, possibly for creating a new document, creating how to open document. We also can just add a feature for email, etc, etc. I just can customize it in any way that I want. So that is what we call quick access toolbar. It is called quick access toolbar because for it you can just access it quickly without anything like going through all these main tabs. Actually, by the way, these ones are called main tabs, and anything, if you just click whatever they just give you in here, that is, those are different features. And actually for the file, if we just use the file tab, you realize that we have another menu that is displayed, which is a different case with other tabs. All right, so we proceed. So when it comes to the ribbon, actually the ribbon is the whole of this. If I just click here, the ribbon is the whole of this up to here, up to where the rulers start from. So anything that is on top of these rulers, that is a ribbon. And this ribbon is where you just find different features that you can apply on your Word document. Possibly you want to edit your text. Possibly you want to reference. Possibly you want to change the layout of your page. Possibly you want to increase reduce the margin, increase the margin. Possibly you want to draw something, and all those things. So you can just find them in what we call the ribbon. They are telling us that previously the ribbon was just before the Microsoft introduced what we call a ribbon, they could be having different features just displayed in different locations. We can explore those ones when it comes to Windows XP, but of which nowadays it is very rare and very scarce to get. But of course, if you want to install, you still can. You can get it. So we have also what we call tabs. So when it comes to tabs, you have different types of tabs. So we have standard tabs, of which I have just been showing you: file, home, insert, draw, all these ones, this list, those are what we call the standard tabs. So these are also listed here. Okay, so we also have what we call contextual tabs. So pictures, picture tools, drawings, tables, and among others. When you just insert it, possibly somewhere, somehow, they have to add you other tabs on the side if you just can be keen about them. For example, let me insert a table. I come to insert table, and possibly I want to insert a table like this. This is my table. So you realize before we didn't have the table design and the table layout. So if they brought for these other tabs that they have added for me, these are what we call the contextual tabs. So we have also program tabs, and these we are saying that they replace the standard set of tabs when you switch to a certain view or modes. How do we switch the different views? If you just look at this in this location down, you realize that I will have different modes. So this is the read mode. If I just click it, there is a different way that the content is displayed. So this is the read mode. So in simple terms, you cannot be able to edit anyhow. So if I just come to print out mode, this is how. In this you can just be able to edit, but still it is also different from the this other one is called the web layout. So the web layout you can also be able to edit, but definitely it also has its own different functions. So we go back to the print mode, or print layout, or print view. That is where we have been working from. All right. So I just remove the table. I hope I've showed you the contextual tabs and also the program tabs. So if you just change a mode or a view, so what it displays in there is what we call, what replaces with these standard bars, the standard tabs, that is what we call the program the program tabs. So we have what we call the indenting, as I had also communicated about it. So when it comes to indenting, possibly you just don't want this word to start from here. Possibly you just want it to be pushed a little bit in front. So the indent is the distance between this word, I mean where your text is starting from, up to the margin. So this is our margin, but the distance from this margin up to here is what we call indent. Okay, so you can just increase it and reduce it depending on how you want it. So that is indenting. So changing the left indent or the paragraph, left indent of the paragraph using a ruler. So this is what I just have done. You just come to the ruler. These are our rulers. This is the horizontal ruler, this is a vertical ruler. So I just come here, I press it, and I can just move this. You see, in here, it is just being moved, and as I move it in front, I just push the words in front. As I move it back, I just go with my text backwards. All right, we proceed. So line spacing. So you realize there is a space between this word and this one, between the word and processing. So how can we reduce this space between this? So if I just come to home and I come to paragraph group, all these ones are groups. We have clipboard, font, paragraph styles, and all these ones are groups, and every group has its own related features. For example, if I just come to paragraph, I can find maybe the left alignment, center alignment, right alignment, if I just want to send my text to this side. And possibly there is an important feature here that we are looking for, which is called line spacing. So they just give it to you as line and paragraph spacing, because you can also use it to space the paragraph. So if I just come here and possibly I change it to 2.0, you see the space between the word and processing, at least somehow it has increased. Possibly let me just reduce it, and you see from 2, let me just put it to 1. You see the space has again reduced. So that is what we call line spacing. Great. So we have the paste options. Paste options, if you have just copied something, if I highlight all and I come to home, there is this section called clipboard. A clipboard, it is just a temporary place where your data, once it is copied, it is temporarily saved. So this clipboard has different features. I can cut. So if I just cut my text, the only thing that is left is to paste. So the paste options are these ones. So you can keep source formatting, so implying that you are just going to paste it as it was before. Then you also have the merge formatting. So in here you just want to create one formatting of the whole text that you have. Possibly here I'm just demonstrating with only 2 words, but you can be wanting to copy maybe 7 paragraphs. Maybe it is the whole document that you want to copy. So if you just want to maintain one formatting, then you just paste it as that. So we also have pasting as a picture. So if you just decide to paste as a picture, it means that this will no longer be a text that you can edit. It will come as a picture that you have copied somewhere, and you can be able to move it as a single picture. Then you also have the other option of saving pasting as the text only. So possibly you have just copied and you just want to paste. So you just definitely are saying, I don't mind a lot on the styling that I had put, the formatting that I had used before. You can edit it, you can just paste it anyway. So this is what we have done, and you realize that it has just removed for us the right indent that we had put. Before it was just like this, but now we just find it here. So those are the paste options that we can just be able to find in the process. All right. So we also have stylings, and the stylings is just the appearance of your text. Possibly you just want to, we have different stylings, and you can be able also to explore this. Maybe I can just demonstrate with these other various headings. Actually, these headings, it is an important resource when it comes to referencing, where you just want to make a table of contents, and possibly you want also to put in the references in your work. Yeah, so and actually what we call citing is also important here when it comes to these other stylings. So you just be careful. If you just select maybe the biggest heading to be heading 1 or the biggest heading to be heading 2, depending, still you can also just change this other one. If you just select maybe heading 1, they bring the pre-made edits or the pre-made formatting that they just gave to a heading 2, but still you can just be able to change it, and you realize there is something that is given here to identify this other arrow, to identify that this is a heading that you have created. Great. So I will undo everything. That is why I just have my options in this other quick access toolbar. I just click there, I undo everything up to where I was. Great. So this is my text bar. All right, so I save. Those are the styles. So we have how to create styles. For creating styles, I think you have seen that. Go to home and you will find all the styles here, and you can just edit them the way you want. I proceed. So we have what we call hyperlinks. The other time hyperlinks were disturbing very many people, but definitely when it comes to a hyperlink, it is just this word. It is a word that you can just be able to click and just takes you somewhere. Possibly you are referencing this word to google.com. Maybe you are referencing it to a certain document that is kept on your computer. So it means that if somebody is able to click this word, then it will automatically direct them to this other document that you are referring them to. For example, if I just want to reference this, I just come to highlight, I come to insert, and there is somewhere where you will find links under your insert. So you just click on insert, and if you just click on insert, they will ask you, where do you want the address, where do you want your file, maybe this word to direct you to. So you realize the word that I have selected is this. So possibly I want to just place it in an existing document, and possibly let me just select a certain document here, and you see, they just put for me the link to actually my document that is on my computer. So I just select that, and you see, if I just the color of the word changes. So if I hover on it, I mean putting a cursor on that very word, that is called hovering. So if I hover on it, you realize that they are just telling me control plus click to follow the link, so implying that the link is there. So if I just control plus click, then it will have to open a certain document where my file or something that I have tried to link is located. So that is what we call a hyperlink. I repeat, a hyperlink is just a technique that allows us to enable a word in case you just want to click it and it directs you somewhere. I hope I'm clear on that. I proceed. So these are the steps that you can follow when you're creating a hyperlink, and I possibly have just demonstrated something on that. So we have also comments. If you want to insert a comment is something that maybe I just want to possibly this Word document is maybe a test for someone that has sent, and maybe they wanted me to collect them in one way or the other. So if I want to put a comment on this other text, if I want to put a comment on this other text, then I will just go to review ribbon and I will select the text to comment on. Then I will click on new comment, and they will just bring me the box where I am supposed to comment from. So possibly let's demonstrate that. If I just come to review, and they are just telling me new comment. So if I click on new comment, they are supposed to bring me somewhere where I am to write the comment. Possibly you see I had selected this and I just came to review. I clicked on a new comment, and possibly this is where I can put the comment from. So I just say wrong formatting. So if the owner of this work is just opening this word, you will just find a comment on the side, and this comment will be telling them wrong formatting, meaning I have just told this person that he has used the wrong formatting, and this person can be able to resolve this. So that is the importance of a comment. Proceeding, we have what we call page breaks. Page breaks is what we just helps us to break a page into multiple pages. For example, I don't want to see this other processing on the same page as Word. So I just click where I want this page to stop from. Then I will have to go to insert a page break, and this other text will be sent to a new and complete page. So I just come to insert. If I just see on the side of pages, I will click page break, and it will just send my text to another page, and you realize that down here I have two pages. This is page one of two, and you see I have on the word statement. Then down on the page 2, that is where I have another statement. So that is the importance of the page break. Page break helps us to divide a page into multiple pages as we are instructed or as we want. Great. So we proceed on text wrapping. Imagine I have maybe a picture. Let me just bring in a picture. Imagine I have a picture, and maybe I want to identify the alignment of this picture. Let me insert this picture. Yes. I want to align this picture with this text. So, what do you think I am supposed to do for me to wrap this text? In simple terms, if I right click, there is what we call wrap text down here. If I just hover on the wrap text, I remind you, hovering is just putting a cursor on something in ICT. In a computer. That is hovering. So text wrapping, we have different kinds of text wrapping. You can just send maybe this other image maybe in front of text, behind the text, top and bottom, maybe through, maybe tight, different wrapping options. So you can just test them and see what they can just do. All right, proceeding. So they are telling us that it refers to how images are positioned in relation to the text in a document. So headers and footers, if you just want to insert headers and footers in Word, what do? You just come to insert headers and footers. So we have what you call header section. So if I just come to insert and I say headers and footers, you realize that they just open for us what we call the header section. So I can also access it by coming at the top of the document and I double click. They will open for us the header section, and once we are in header section, we can only be able to edit to put something in the header or in the footer. So the header is a text that appears on every page, on the top of every page in your document. So if I just come here and possibly I just say our lecture is here and recorded. So this statement, meaning this statement is on top, and I will find it. I have just written it on the top here, but I will have to find it even down on another page because it is in the same document. Except if you just use breaks, what we call breaks, and of which you can just find in layout, and you just come and use breaks. That is when you can just be able to separate and maybe put different headers and different footers. So possibly you shall have to also practice about that and see what you can do with it. All right. So that is headers and footers. So we have what we call also mail margin. So imagine you just have a chunk of people, many people, bunch of people. You just want maybe to send personalized letters and personalized emails, but you just don't have time. You want to save your time, and possibly you are an officer and have a lot of things to do. So in this, you have to use mail merging, of which is a feature in Microsoft Word that enables you to do something personalized for more than one persons. That is, if you have all those people that you're going to send the emails or letters for. So if I just come to my Microsoft Word and you just look at the main tabs, the standard tabs that we are talking about, there is a tab called mailings. If you just click on mailings, you just come to start mail merge. You will find a chunk of options that you can just use. You can just use it for creating letters. You can just use it on email messages, envelopes, labels, directory, etc, etc. You can just explore this. It is an important feature and actually a great one that you can explore, and of which a few people know about this, but it saves you time. So for example, if you just have other tasks to do, then it means that you can just be able to use this other mail merge feature to be able to collect all, to perform all those functions or all those tasks in the shortest time possible. So if you just come here and select maybe letters and come to select the recipients, you use an existing list. You just look for, maybe if you have maybe a list of your employees, maybe they are a list of your teachers, maybe they are a list of your parents, maybe they are a list of your customers or your clients, all these ones. If you just come and maybe select that list, you can just you just select it and say open, and if you select open, all these other options have to be active, meaning I will just, if I come to finish and merge, I can be able to print or edit individual documents or send email messages. But commonly it is used when you want to print multiple documents and you also want to print, or else you want to send personalized emails to different people. I hope we are together on this. So for the purposes of keeping this other lecture short, I will not explore much about this, but what most importantly is you understanding what mail merge can do. Basically, mail merge helps you to send one document to multiple people within a short period of time, on condition that you have a list of all those people that you are going to contact at that very moment. Possibly if you don't have them, they still have another option of you typing a new list, and you can be able to enter those people that you want to send your document to. That is all about mail merging. So we have clear steps on how we can just create a mail merge, of which I have been demonstrating, and probably you shall have to explore them, and maybe where you find a problem, my contacts are always open. You can also just find a way on how you can just contact me. I'm free. I can just reach out to you, then I demonstrate more maybe where you don't understand. Then you have what you call protecting your document, your Word document with a password. If you want to just put a password in a Word document, what do you do? What are the steps that you follow? So you have to open Microsoft Word and click on the File tab. Actually, File tab, you will find out that it has very many options that you can follow, and possibly it can help you in one way or the other. So you just come on File, you open your document, come on File, and you will see something like Info, and on Info there is what we call Protect the document. So they just ask you encrypt with a password. So you will have to select that, and you will be able to put a password. Okay, so you realize they're asking me for a password, and possibly I just say maybe I just put that password and I say, okay, they ask me to re-enter the password. I just enter it again, and that's all. So they say a password is required to open this document. So if I just can close it, possibly let me just close it. I say save. I save, and I come back to my desktop, and if I just double click it, they will ask me for a password to be able to proceed. So that is how you can just be able to open up your to encrypt your document with a password. Great. So we have key definitions. Please make sure you just read them and you can understand them possibly. And we also have important shortcuts. I had to add in the practice questions. Possibly if you just go to lab, make sure please you can be able to try doing these other questions, practice questions. It is for your own good, please. Make sure you just be there to revise. All right, I thank you so much for reviewing this, and hope we shall meet in the next lecture. That is when we shall be looking at Microsoft Excel and Microsoft PowerPoint. All right, good luck.